Smart deal. It is the best piece of fitness equipment we've had for years. We sell this day in and day out at $199. And today, it's on sale for the last day at midnight tonight. The price doesn't just go up to $199, it goes up to $230 on the same piece of equipment. It is a bicycle that is whisper quiet. It comes with the dumbbells you see on this video. It's just a matter of which color do you want. I love that big readout too. You can see it's gonna track all of the important information. We'll give you a look at that display in just a second, but I do encourage you to pick your favorite color. There's white, there's teal, there's pink, and there's red, and the dumbbells match, just for fun. One of the things you're gonna love so much about this is not only how quiet it is and how comfortable it is, this seat is everything because it's shaped like our backsides, like the bottoms, not one of those skinny little sliver seats that hurts after a few minutes. It's really nice and padded and cushy. The seat height is adjustable. I'm a tall gal, so we had to lift this bike for me. I love that this is so comfortable with, there's no bar right here, so you can slip into and off of it really quickly and easily. Your feet are securely on the pedals with that strap. And then once you're in this position, you can see here, it's got the EKG monitor, so it keeps track of your heart rate, which is always important to keep track of. I remember, especially when I was expecting Tristan, this is dating back about 25 years, but it was really important as I was, during a pregnancy to keep track of that number. And then this is that display that you can see. We'll just take you through from all the different levels. We'll kind of go through what each one of these means, but this number right here, that little button right there, that's the iFit number. And the reason that's important is because you get a 6-month membership to iFit. That's included 6 months with access to personal trainers one-on-one that will take you on journeys around the world that are inspiring, bring you to places that maybe you wanted to travel to, but none of us are doing any of that these days. Going to a beach in the middle of a cold snowstorm, can you imagine? And that's part of this experience with this ProForm XBike. It's the Elite folding upright with the 2-pound weights, with the 6 months of iFit to really get you to where you wanna be. Speaking of which, Jody Stabile, our fitness expert, is joining us. She is a fitness club owner. She is a personal trainer at the highest level, and it's always a pleasure. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Carissa. Carissa's joining us. Carissa Galloway is joining us. Oh my gosh, girl, I'm so happy to see you.
How are you?
I'm great. I saw you in the Skype, and I'm like, oh, this is Carissa. You just had a baby.
I did, and it's been so wonderful that I have my XBike in my home because it's so quiet. It's such an easy, low-impact way for all fitness levels to reach their fitness goals, whether it is just getting back in shape as quote-unquote getting back on the bike, or it's people that really want to push themselves using those iFit workouts. This bike is so popular because of those reasons, because it's low impact, because it's an exercise that all ages and all fitness levels can do. And Callie, what you and I know people love at home, though, is when they're done with their workout, and I just took my 2-pound weights off, they can fold the bike up. It stands up on its own, takes up way less space in your house, but it is so portable because it doesn't have to be plugged in. You can literally move it wherever you need to. Get in the workout that you've been wanting to get in at your own convenience, anywhere in your home. And then with that iFit membership, the latest trend in fitness right now, Callie, it's cycling classes, right? It's those $1,000+ bikes. But if I take my XBike, I turn it around, there's an iFit TV app. Oh, look. I'm in my very own spin studio right here on a much more affordable version with a much more comfortable seat.
The seat is everything. It's one of the rave reviews. If you read the customer comments, this seat, because it's not shaped like something that you can't wait to get off of. It's cushy, it's comfortable. It feels like a seat should. And by the way, if you're just tuning in, this smart deal is so cool. I mean, this is a bike. We have sold tens of thousands of this bike at $199. I have never seen it lower than this price. So a smart deal is a temporary price break. It's either until they sell out or until a certain number of days go by or a couple of airings. I do know in this case, this price goes away tonight in about 8 hours, 7.5 hours. Is all you've got to be able to secure that $50 savings. There's free shipping, there's 5 flex, so it's less than $30. How many of you are maybe still spending that on a gym membership that you haven't been to in over a year because of what's going on in the world right now? I'm not at all comfortable with the idea of going into a gym, but this is your gym at home. And it really is so motivating. Let's talk through the iFit, Carissa.
Oh my gosh, I love iFit, and I like to share with this piece of equipment. What we're showing today is we're showing spin classes, not only in the studio, but iFit is the only way you're gonna get global workouts. They take you to every continent, and you're actually being coached through a workout there. Now, if you pair your tablet to your machine, Callie, it's gonna digitally adjust the resistance for you as your trainer goes up a hill to make that workout mimic what you're seeing, but it also makes it a little bit harder. But here's what I also love when I said it's kind of two different things. When you get access to that 6-month membership to iFit, it is not just for cycling. You have access to everything in iFit. So there is yoga, there's strength training, there's boxing, there's rowing, there's treadmill workouts. And that's for 5 members of your family. It's a $196 value. So if you're not getting to the gym right now, if you don't even have a gym membership, this is your family getting their own personal trainer for whatever type of fitness works for them. And I love the cycling, but on off days, I love yoga. So there's yoga that transports you to Jordan, and you have these wonderful, relaxing classes. Tiki Barber, NFL great. He has workouts too that are strength training that don't even need any equipment. So it's literally almost like you're getting 2 different things. This fantastic 6-month membership to iFit, and one of the most popular, most accessible, most often used pieces of fitness equipment that ProForm has, this XBike. And so that's why I think it's so fantastic, because a lot of times you in the beginning of the year, Callie, you were on a fitness journey, but we start the year and we don't know what to do. We don't know where to start. So the XBike is such a great place to start, because you just sit down and you move your feet forward. You don't need to pick a speed. You don't need to do anything that's difficult. We all know how to ride a bike, and it's a piece of cardio equipment that will get results because you've got so many different features. Wherever you are starting today, it's going to grow with you with those 10 levels of digital resistance, with the iFit programming, with when you're done, you want to do a little bit more, grab those weights and get a full body workout. This piece of equipment is something you will use and that will fit into your routine.
You know what, I love the digital resistance. I was just noticing it's not that, you know, the manual knob anymore. It's right here done through your display. So there's a lot of upgrades on this. I love too, you see that? That's just, you go through from 1 to 10 or back down, and that display is gonna take you on the journey that will take you to a better place. It's physical, it's mental, it's spiritual, it's a combination of all of it. And yeah, you said that I went through my journey, and I'm still going through my journey. I was able to, through fitness and through walking and through listening to some positive podcasts and things like that on my downtime, I was able to get to close to my goal. You know, we all have a different number, but I do know one thing. If you want to change your body, you got to do something. You've got to at least move. And this is such an easy thing. There's a reason why people say, well, it's like riding a bike. You know, it's like you just sit down. It naturally puts you in a position. You don't have to be coordinated. You don't have to be anything other than motivated to just feel better. That's what it is. It's a really, truly, for me, it's like, first of all, purging the stress. When I exercise and I sweat it out, I feel like such a better person. And it does really purge the toxins and the things that, you know, we need to just rid our body of. And the same thing with the stress that we've been dealing with, you know, the world and the reality that, you know, that we live in today. But there is hope, and this is one of those options that making a good choice towards just feeling better, thinking more clearly, being more patient, whatever your goals are. Weight loss is usually amongst them because that's what fitness is about. Get something that you can do at home in a couple of minutes a day. When it's there, you're gonna more than likely jump on and then get a few minutes in. By the way, I wanted to show you this before we go to a video, but look at how this folds into such a little profile. And you'll see that this isn't a big clunky loud motor that requires an outlet. There's no electricity needed. It works off of inertia. It's just a matter of which color do you want. This is the fabulous red. We also have teal green, white, and pink. Brand new colors, and at this point, you can see we're marching towards 1,000, or yeah, about 1,000. And in any one of the colors that you see here, we've got hundreds, not even close to 1,000. So it's kind of that one of those moments, a smart deal price saving you $50, plus there's no charge to ship. That's on us during this smart deal that ends tonight at midnight. But take a listen to some of these folks who made the purchase, made the decision to give back to themselves, and here's what they have to say about it.
My name is Christy, and I feel great. In the past, I didn't really ever exercise. I mean, I did a few things here and there, but nothing consistent. This just works for me. I wasn't liking where I was going in life, you know. I had a hard time going up the stairs without breathing hard and still talking to someone as you're going up the stairs. I saw maybe my children getting a little bit heavier than I wanted, and I wanted to be a good example for them and show them that exercise and eating right was an important way of life. My husband and I work out together. We go on family hikes together on the weekends, and we're having a lot of fun being healthy together. Never would have even thought about running a full marathon before, and now I've done a half marathon a few times, and I can totally see myself doing it, where before I would not have even thought about it. I don't intend on stopping anytime soon. I want to keep improving and seeing where I can go with every level of it.
I love what you just said, you know, getting a family involved. What a great thing to do. Something positive, something to look forward to. Like, you know, we can all make those choices for ourselves and for our families. And this is something that you and your partner can use, you and your husband, you and your wife, you and your kids if they're old enough. Everybody can benefit from it. And on a Flex, it's only $29 today to get yours delivered. I'd love to go back to Carissa and share with you some of the features that are gonna motivate you, aside from the iFit that is included for 6 months, which is brand new as a part of this whole configuration. Tell us a little bit more about how we can maximize, Carissa, our calorie burn when we get down and dirty on this bike.
Definitely. Yeah, I would love to talk through top to bottom everything that everybody's getting here. So you see the model, she's using those weights. So you've got two 2-pound weights included. So that comes with it. They nestle right there on the back. When you look at the top of the bike, we've got really nice cushioned handlebars, which just feel good when you're on them. And then as Callie mentioned earlier, a really high technology feature is that EKG heart rate monitor. So when you just hold on, it's actually sensing your heart rate, so you'll be able to track that. And for a lot of people, they might not know what heart rate is too high, but what I say is to go by the talk test. If you're able to talk full sentences, you're right in that fat burning zone. When you go over that where you can talk, you could have a conversation maybe if you really don't want to. You're actually more of a training threshold, so keep that in mind, whatever your goal is. But then the little square that says ProForm, that's going to be sort of your brain. So you always have access to see how fast you're going, how far you've gone, how long you've been exercising, and the magic number, how many calories you've been burning, because for a lot of people, that's so motivating. Next to that, you've got up to 10 levels of digital resistance. So you just touch a button and it silently makes it harder. So Callie, you asked how to burn more calories. This is it. Look at my feet. They are going so much slower. And my voice, that where I just said you can have a conversation but you don't want to, all I did was go up to a 10. And now, because I'm working out harder, I'm burning more calories, but I'm actually strengthening my quads. I've engaged my transverse abdominals and my outer thighs. So if I were to just hold and actually contract my core, and you guys can do this in the studio at a higher resistance, push forward 4 times, and then push back. Now I'm working my glutes and my hamstrings. I've actually gotten a leg workout without getting on the floor, without picking up weights, without doing anything that could hurt my back. And now that I've taken that resistance off, my legs are flying because it's much easier, and that's just one touch of a button. Another thing I want to mention on the screen, there is an iFit button all the way on the right. When you get this home, and we'll talk about assembly in a minute, that iFit button becomes really important. One, if you choose to use that 6-month iFit membership, that's the code that will pair your machine with your Bluetooth device. If you're watching though and you're saying, Carissa, I love that bike, I love the weights, I love the comfortable seat, I love that it folds up, I just want to ride. When you get your bike home and you set it up, you just hold that iFit button for about 15 seconds. It's going to override that, and then you'll have access to use all the features on the display. So I just want to make sure people know that. When I get off the bike, as we mentioned before, this fantastic cushion seat, it's about the width up 3.5 of my hand. And if you've been to a studio class, if you've seen a studio bike, Callie, you and I have been on them. This is so much more comfortable. I actually sit on it before the show and work out. My tush doesn't mind. You've got the weights nestled there. The seat adjusts for height. So there's about 5 different height adjustments. We want to make sure no matter your height, it works for you. And then the 2 other things I want to mention. I'm going to come up to the front. These pedals. These are not pedals where you need to buy a brand new pair of shoes to wear them. Any athletic shoe you have on, even your slipper, if you just want to go for a quick little ride, you can slide in and they're adjustable, so it's going to keep your foot nice and secure. And the last thing I'll say is the assembly. This is very, very easy to assemble. The entire X frame comes already assembled. It will take you about 30 minutes, one person. You put the seat in, you put screws to hold your weight because there is a platform back here. So if I wanted to, hold something back there, a water bottle or something, it would hold, and you'll put the handlebars in. That is it. So in terms of the things that usually hold us back from a purchase, like I'm not going to be able to put it together, I'm not going to have anywhere to put it and store it, I need an outlet, this checks all those boxes, and this is why it's checked so many boxes for people saying, okay, I'm not getting to the gym, I'm not getting outside, my knees can't run, but I don't feel like me. How can I get back to feeling like me? Exercise can do that, and a low-impact piece of equipment that's comfortable and that you feel comfortable using, it does that for people, Callie, and that changes lives.
No question about it. Just to get the movement into your world. And we're going to share another testimonial with you. One, before I go to Rachel, though, I would love to remind everybody, this is our last day of Discovery Days, meaning you have today, actually you've got today, I think you might have until Tuesday, but when it comes to opening up an HSN card, that's a really important thing to think about because you're going to get $40 back in your pocket to spend on anything else you want. You can save $40 on any single item first purchase when you open that card up right now. So check it out on hsn.com, or you can call 1-800-695-1418. $40 makes this almost more than $100 less than what it's at today. Today, lowest price ever. This is probably better than, I think, a today's special price, which I think we have had once, a long time ago. This is so important to understand. Tonight at midnight, the price on this bike goes up to $230. We give you that 6 months of the iFit membership. That's yours. Comes along with this purchase. It comes along with the dumbbells. You've got everything in the world to know that you can look forward to about feeling better. I just wanted to double check. Yeah, 250-pound weight capacity. And, the bike itself weighs about 42 pounds. So it's easy enough to be able to maneuver. But when you think about spending, how much would you spend on shipping something 42 pounds? Well, you don't have to worry about it because that's free. That's on us today as well. We have all 4 colors, but we are getting limited. We have teal, white, pink, and the red that I'm here with. Already over 1,000 out the door. Once again, this smart deal goes away tonight in about 8 hours. But in the meantime, take a listen to Rachel. She's got a personal story and experience to share.
My name's Rachel. I have 3 kids. Before I used the XBike, I didn't really make a priority to work out like I should. I would go to the gym just whenever I felt like it. But it's really nice having the XBike at home so that if I don't make it to the gym, I can still work out when my kids are home. I am able to use the XBike wherever I need to in my house. I can take it upstairs and help my kids with their homework and still be able to work out. I take it downstairs, watch TV with my family, and I'm still able to be a part of them.
I'm excited for you guys. I've had my bike for over a year. It's the best thing. My son, who's home now from California for a minute, because I just couldn't handle everything else going on. I just needed him home with me for a bit. He jumps on this bike. Tracy jumps on this bike. We all exercise on the same thing, and you feel so much better, even if it's 10 minutes later. And you know what, Carissa, 10 minutes inevitably turns into 30 or more because all of a sudden you feel like, woo, your body just feels alive again. I love that you can go fast, you can go slow, you can go forward, you can go backward, you can engage upper body, you don't have to. You can use this in 2 different forms, one being more upright, or one being a little bit more in that reclined position, which obviously still engage the biggest muscle groups, but different muscles based on whatever position is most comfortable for you. Carissa, what do you think? What do you prefer?
I like using it, in that upright position because then it's kind of engaging our abs. A lot of times we think bike cardio, but it can be so much more, as I talked about before, engaging those legs. But if you're twisting on it, the fact that you're even sitting upright, you're engaging your abs. And when you're sitting on the bike, think about how you sit at your desk all day or even at the TV. You're slumped, right? Our back is doing that curve that we don't want. So even if you're at home right now, sit up, roll your shoulders back and take a deep breath. That feels so good. And on the bike, your lower body is completely supported. So this is that way that if fitness hasn't worked for you, you weren't able to get something that you didn't dread, that you couldn't consistently get on, think about the XBike, and it will be a fantastic way for you to meet those goals.
Absolutely. It's one thing to say you've got a goal. It's another thing to actually do something about it. So I really invite all of you to do something about it today. Get this bike. Do it while it's a smart deal. A significant savings on something that will really impact your life in a positive way. I mean, Carissa, who had a baby, 7, 8 months ago?
Yep. Sleeping still. Thank you, baby. Right over there.
Wow. Well, you are inspiring, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Callie. It's always a pleasure. And thank you to everyone that picked this up. You're going to love it.
Yeah, you will, for sure. All right, guys, it's again 626639 to get your Smart Deal ProForm X-Bike. We do still have the 4 colors, but they're going quickly. I'd love to share with you, there's so much